Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Watch the Tower Radio's third broadcast. I'm David, and I'll be your host. I was reading an article about the rise of Wiccan beliefs, which I never really paid too much attention to. Generally, when I think of such things, I think of some young teenage kids with orange and pink spiked hair in their parents' basements, lighting a candle and saying a few words and hoping something will happen. It's actually a lot more than that. And this article goes to talk about how people are turning away from God and going to alternative means, alternative religions, New Age, mystics, things along that line. And sadly, I believe this because it seems the people I've talked to over the years don't believe in God at all. Why is this? Well, many people have given me different stories, but it pretty much seems a lot of people go through some trials in their life, or they don't get the proper answer to their prayers, or something bad happens to a loved one and they don't see answers, they don't see results right away, and they don't want to wait around and they simply turn away from God, cursing Him. Now, I can understand that these people went through a lot of things, I've been through a lot of things, and I'm sure you have been through a lot of things, but that's what makes us stronger and who we are today. And if we stick with our faith and our beliefs, we will be rewarded. So, I did some more research and I've studied Wiccan somewhat because I just like to be in the loop. And I didn't realize that it was this big to the point even where the Air Force Academy adapts to pagans, druids, witches, and Wiccans. And how did they do this? They gave an $80,000 stone like hedge worship center to these people so they can embrace all religions per se. And I was kind of blown away thinking, wow, this is something that's not small. $80,000 is not chump change. So, yeah, as I went on to read this article, there is one sentence in particular that really just jumped out at me. It made me go, whoa, okay. I had to sit back and think about it. And I quote, "We don't just have God, who in Christian values is a white male. We've got a goddess and a god. They are equal to each other." Wow. Okay, so we don't have God. We don't just have God, who in Christian values is a white male. Okay, so I'm going to stop right there. And if I was talking to this person right now, I would tell them, okay, so nowhere in the Bible does it say God is a white male, nor in any sermons I've been to given by pastors out of all the years I've been going have they said God is a white male. So, of course, they make up a goddess to counteract God. And their god and goddess are equal to each other. So, Wiccans are also termed pagan witchcraft. So, pagan, meaning many gods, rituals, magics. Okay, so I want to break down here what Wiccans, well, their beliefs and who they are. As we just talked about, they worship a god and goddess, which are traditionally the moon goddess and the horn god. Many Wiccans believe in magic, a magic through a manipulative force exercised through the practice of witchcraft or sorcery. So, I'm going to stop right there. Witchcraft and sorcery. You're dealing with some pretty serious stuff here. This isn't some game where you can just start and stop at any time. So, in the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 26, New King James Version, which I always use, by the way, it goes on to say, "You shall not eat anything with blood, nor shall you practice divination or soothsaying." It's pretty straightforward. I don't see any other way around it. And it also goes to say in Leviticus chapter 19, verse 31, "Do not turn to mediums or spiritists. Do not seek them out to be defiled by them. I am the Lord your God. That's pretty powerful. And to me, the nail in the coffin is in Exodus chapter 21, verse 18. It goes on to say, "You shall not let a sorceress to live." That is pretty powerful. So, luckily, Jesus came down and died and was resurrected for our sins. So, these people who are practicing such things do have a chance to throw about their old ways and turn to God. And the reason why this bothers me is because, so let's say, for instance, here, you or I go to one of these rituals that they have and we start casting spells. Okay, so let's say a few of them are successful and, we're pretty much going to be awestruck. But here's the thing about all this: nothing is for free. If we are casting these spells, or they, where is the power coming from? It's certainly not from ourselves. It's certainly not from God, which He made clear He does not approve of any such things. So, where is the power coming from? I'm pretty sure we know the answer. It's coming from Satan. It's coming from the demons. If we did such things, these people are doing such things, they are allowing themselves to be opened up to these spirits to enter their body and do as they wish. As I just read, it says, do not be defiled by them. So, let's say one of these days that you or I, we go over there, we go in the circle, we do our chantings, we cast our spells, and we're opening ourselves up, our body, as a host for these spirits. Let's say they don't want to leave. Let's say they plague us and torment us. What do we do then? Well, that's pretty much the price we're paying for such things. And we were warned about it, but luckily, through Jesus, there is grace, and it's just as simple as that. So we need to be cautious of such things. We shouldn't be wondering what it's like to be, one of these sorcerers, one of these people who cast spells just because it's all shiny and bright, because that won't last too long. Something's going to happen down the line, I guarantee it, and it is not approved by God. We need to be very, very careful with such things. Now, this doesn't mean we should go out and Bible bash all these people, or maybe even people that practice this. We need to be understanding and caring, because if we immediately run up to these people and start just bashing their beliefs and their ways, that is a quick way to turn off any listening ear they have. And if we get an opportunity to speak for these people, we need to just let them know, hey, it's what you're doing, you better be careful. And just let them know why. We have to show them the love, the spirit of God's love, and we need to pray for them as well. Alright, so that's all the time we have today for this broadcast. I would actually like to let everybody know I'm actually very excited about this. There is a website that you can go to read about Watch the Tower Radio, and also where you can leave your prayer requests if you have any, and also an easy way to contact me, because as everybody knows, I hope they know by now, I would love to read any stories you have about trials, tribulation, victory, anything you've been through, and I would love to share it on the show. So please feel free to go to the website, which will be in the links below. And also, we do have a Twitter that I would love to see you guys on. You can just go on there and say, hey, how you doing? The sun is shining great, or I need prayer, anything. So always remember, folks, the truth will set you free.